Hello, happy Thursday. I'm so excited to be working with you guys today on digital colors. So it's been a minute since I've done digital colors. Usually I work in traditional media, but after I finished drawing this piece traditionally in pencil, so it's not an inked piece, so my lines look a little bit scratchy when we're zoomed way in, but I traditionally drew this and then scanned it into the computer, and I am doing the colors in Photoshop. So I work on a Wacom Cintiq. I'll show you guys the back. See? So that is my Wacom. I have it set like an easel so that it's, a little bit more ergonomically comfortable, and I use a stylus. So that's what I have right here, and then I have a wireless keyboard that I use for hotkeys, and that's what I am working on. Yes, I named my layers just for you, Justin. Hello, Nathan. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to this stream, you guys. I hope that you have all had a wonderful day. Yes, I have been busy. I have solidly been working on this cover for 2 days now. Today is the second day, and hopefully I will finish it up between today and tomorrow, and then it is working on the patches. Now, in this case, I started with the risque version, and then I'll be adding the clothes on top. It's just easier for coloring that way. Hello, Keeman, Ian, long time. How's it going? Great to see you too, Vance. Thanks for joining in on the live stream. All right, so I will zoom out and straighten the picture because right now it is at an angle. So this is what it looks like. And we have e.Bas featured yet again. I was able to steal them from the last cover I did. So the person in this picture is Eric Basaldua, and because I am currently working on his character, we have e.Bas. Devin, hello. Art Helton, welcome to the stream. So right now, you'll just be seeing my sketch of the gold that's going to be pouring down on her. I will be refining that and making it look like gold. Right now, it looks like yellow goop. I will fix all of that. This is all still very much a work in progress. Some things are still in flats. So as you can see, like these stones are finished. These stones are not. The gold is pretty much finished. The jewels are not. Some things are still in the color that just that I have for, flats, which is I made everything a different color just so that I can select it, right? Yes, he looks so happy. Dr. Dark, D-Dog. Stanley, hello. Molten gold would burn her skin, yes. However, I literally am not worrying about it. I realize that it is not realistic. We're going to carry on anyway. So, this is where I am actually at. There's things that, still need to be colored. There are things that need to be refined, and that's what I'm going to be working on with you guys today. I love comic logic. Yes, Devin. So, she has one eye that is kind of a swirling vortex situation. So that is this eye right here. The other eye is green. So that's why her eyes are not matching. So, yes, now I'm going to be working on all the little tiny details. I need to color this stone here. The gold water-ish stuff that her legs are in is just scribbled in right now. I'm going to be making that look like gold. So those are the things we're going to work on today, and hopefully I can get this done. Super excited. Looking forward to working with all of you. That's up to e.Bas. And then right now, the beads in her hair, I'll zoom in and show you guys. The beads are all kind of the same color right now. I do have those prepared. I had to go into the flats and flat them separately. I'll show you guys. These are the, whoops. There's the flats, right? And so I added in the rest of the beads because they were all just one big flat. So now I'll go in and change all those colors and get those ready to go as well. All right. So I'm just trying to think where I should start. Now, I haven't put a lot of highlights on her stomach because her stomach is, for the most part, going to be covered with either the gold, I'll show you guys, the gold, or I'm going to use the same pattern and I'm going to do water for the regular version where she's clothed. So I don't really need to do a ton of work on her stomach because a lot of it is going to be covered, but we'll see how it all shakes out. River Dragon, Kitty Grace, hello you guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining today. So because of the way that I work, and I am a single monitor person, I'm not a dual monitor person, everything is on my same screen, so I can see your comments on one side, and then Photoshop is on the other side of my monitor, and I kind of look at them like this. What that means, though, is that I'm not going to see when I get new follows, especially on Twitch. So if you ever, any of the Twitch people, if you notice that someone followed, feel free to give them a shout out for me if you don't mind. If not, that's totally okay. I just won't be able to see them today. Finn Cross, Allie, Pat Draws. Hello and welcome. Yes, so the face is the creator of this character. His name is e.Bas, and so I have put his face there. They are the e-nips. Summer, hello. Did you get my most recent email? I think it was a couple days ago. But yes, you should be getting a replacement. So I'm going to turn off the splashes and the gold for now because what's really important for me at this point is working on making sure everything is done and correct and properly colored and shaded. The gold is kind of going to be the last step. But I have the gold layer here, so I kind of know where it's going to be. Carmen, hello. So this is where we're at, and I'm just going to keep working on it. So all of her jewelry, all of her stuff needs to be done. Thank you, Summer. Truly, that means a ton. Philip, hello. Welcome to the stream. So here is her one eye. When you really zoom in, you can see my pencil lines. You know, it's done with graphite, so it's not as tight as it would be if I were going to ink this. But this look really works for a piratey sort of gritty style cover, and so I penciled it and left it at that, which actually took longer than inking it. Because of all the cleanup you have to do, penciling only is actually a longer process, at least for me. Rurutu, hello, welcome to the stream. So let's start by working on her jewelry. Now, I'm gonna give her silver rings here, and my reasoning for doing that is that there's so much gold right next to it. It could kind of make the gold background and her fingers start to merge together, and at least right now, I'm not thinking that's the best idea. I do want the jewelry on her hand to pop, and so that's why I'm thinking to make all of this silver. So I'm gonna grab them in the flats. Okay. We're gonna go darker to start. Sound reasoning. Thank you, Devin. All right, so I'm gonna start with a soft brush. I'm gonna take the hardness way down. And we're just gonna get some shadowing in there. I do the way that I personally work, and I'm not saying that I'm right, this is just my process, is midtones, then I add shadows, then I go to highlights. And I start with a soft brush, and then I make the brush harder and harder so it doesn't have such soft, foofy edges as I refine and complete the piece. And then you do the sharpest points of highlight, like here on the gold, for instance, at the very end. So I'm still using a soft brush right now. And for things like this silver, I feel like it would pick up some of her skin tone as well. So I'll be doing that. I'll add some skin tone into the silver on the rim and stuff. So it would pick up some of the gold that's around. It would pick up, because like metallic silver serves basically like a mirror, so it would pick up stuff like that. I even did it down here in the stones to just kind of try to merge everything together. Otherwise it looks like, you know, sticker here, sticker there, and every piece is not really coming together as one coherent image, you know? And that's something that is difficult to do in digitally coloring comic art, because everything is separate, really, and you're coloring it all separately. It's not like a painting, for instance, where it's like you can't make a selection and work in that one little spot. Everything affects the rest, you know? But here you have to kind of faux merge it all together. So that's why I selected some of her skin and I painted it into the rocks, and then I selected some of the rock color and I painted it up into her skin, because they would kind of play and reflect off one another. The rocks, of course, are reflecting more because they're a smoother surface, and I wanted the rocks to almost look slightly wet, so that's why I put some really bright highlights. Jeff Martin, hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, so I've got the shadows in for her jewelry on her hand here. And now I'm going to work on the highlights. Thank you, Daniel Cooper. I'm glad that you noticed the detail, because my God, it took me so long. This was not a quick, easy cover. Okay, now I'm gonna go even lighter. Oh, wait, I forgot to do these. So I'm coloring the whole flat top part of the design element here completely, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a really hard bright white color and just do some pops of highlights. Thank you, Joyanne. So appreciated, and happy Thursday, love. Okay, I'm just going to rotate this and get some highlights in here. All right, so now we're going to move into the super bright, and I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to take the hardness like all the way up to 100%, but I'm still using the really soft airbrush basically. And for the most part, unless I need a texture brush, I use the soft basic airbrush brush in Photoshop. And that's what I will do like 99% of my work in. And then all I play in is the hardness and the opacity. And between those things, I can accomplish all the coloring I need to do except for textures. And so for textures, I'll use something else. So like I used a texture brush for a little bit on the stones, and I used a texture brush on the wood. But otherwise, it's all just playing with the hardness and the opacity. Let's just straighten this out. So for this stuff, I'm using the exact same brush the whole time. I feel like that's a little bit too intense, so I'm just changing that real quick. And then I'm gonna need to zoom out pretty soon to just take a look and see if maybe I've gone too far. Sometimes it's easy when you zoom in this much, and Photoshop makes this tricky because you have the ability to zoom way in that you can almost over detail something that no one's gonna see, and it almost makes it worse. So I have to keep zooming out to like check and make sure I haven't gone too far. So I'll be doing that in just a moment. Here though, Hal, hello, good evening. Oh, thank you. Steph Wilson, hello, hello. Punchline made it today. Yay, I'm so happy. Yes, I went a little too far with the zoom there. I'm gonna make some of these little highlights in like a tick tick dot dot sort of way because I want to kind of give off a little bit of texture there. So I'm just doing a few of those. All right, and then I'll oops, I have this one to do. Okay, let's make sure the hardness is all the way up. Laylak, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm watching an inspiring artist while I slowly transcend into a food coma. Nice. Okay. All right, so that's where we're at on them right now. They're getting there. We're starting to be able to see some definition, and I'm going to start now putting in some reflection lights. I don't think I ever saw you do an e.Bas cover on stream before. Yeah, I did one where I colored e.Bas's work, and then this is the only other one that I've done. And this one is of e.Bas's character, but I drew it. Divinica came this week. Yay! I'm so happy, Leilak. Thank you so much for supporting Divinica. Whoop, whoop. What the fan art? Hello. Dragomir, welcome to the stream. David Ray, hi. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm just going to color pick from around the cover. I'm going to take the hardness down because I don't want it to be too sharp of a line. And I'm going to take the opacity down a little bit and just put some reflections. I feel that a piece like this, I mean, these kind of silver would almost serve like a mirror, and it would pick up like her finger color that's right next to it. It would pick up some of the gold, so that's what I'm going to do now. So let's grab some of the gold with the color picker. This is a 400 DPI, and then I drew it at 11 by 17. So just adding in a little bit of skin tone, I feel that it would pick that up, and it would pick up some of the gold down here. And over here, it would again pick up some of the skin. So I'm going to grab some skin color. And here it would pick up skin as well. And then it would start picking up the gold as it's facing the gold. And this is the kind of shit that nobody's gonna see. But you guys can see it here, and I'll know it's there. And that's the main thing. If I don't fix all this stuff and take care of all this little minute detail that literally nobody cares about, if I don't take care of it, like while I'm working on it, I'll notice it later, like if the cover gets brought to me to sign, and it'll drive me mad. So that's why I'm handling this shit now. Intertwined arrived this week with your cover. David Ray, thank you so much for supporting Divinica. Yay! Thank you, Sean. You have to open it, Summer. Please open the Divinica Kickstarter. All right. Now I think I'm going to go for really bright white, because I want these little spikes to stand out, and they're not standing out enough for me. There I want it to kind of shrink into the background. Putting some highlights back in. All right, let's zoom out and see how it looks. I don't hate it, that's for sure. I think if I want any more glow on it, I'm going to put the glow on my glow layer. I know, right, Dr. Dark? It's so frustrating. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to additional glow. I'm going to deselect where I had selected, and I'm going to set my brush. So my layer is set to screen mode, and I'm going to set my brush to color dodge. And I'm going to take it down to a bit more of a bright canary yellow, and let's see how this looks. And this is just going to do a glow that kind of goes over the lines, over everything. It just kind of shines outside the lines. And that, of course, is what makes something look like it has a bit more glow. So I'm just adding a little foof here and there to just blur out the lines a little bit. No, I don't want it to go into her leg skin. All right. And now what I need is a drop shadow. I forgot to do drop shadow from her rings. See, it's just kind of flat, whereas here I did a drop shadow. So I'm going to do that drop shadow. But first I want a little bit on these tiny little pinky rings because I intentionally made these kind of strong, I don't know, I made the lines really bumpy because I want them to look like they're like diamond encrusted. So I'm just getting a little bit of glow coming out from those. Hello, Uncle Griffin. Welcome to the stream today. All right, let's see how that looks. Yes. Okay, I'm happy with that. I just need to do a drop shadow from the rings because right now they look like stickers. There's no shadow from making it look like it has depth. So that's what I'm going to do now. Maybe in a few months. Oh no. But the thing is this summer, the art books are really sturdy. Like you won't damage them. Art books are far less prone to damage than a comic book, for instance. But you know what? It's totally fine. You can do however you wish with your Divinica Kickstarter items. I just want you to see them. All right, so I'm just going to select the skin now and go to my color layer. No, I have a drop shadows layer. I'm going to color pick my drop shadows color and get to work. I just need to make sure that I turn off color dodge because that would not be good. All right, here we go. Let's get a drop shadow in here. Drop shadow there. Okay. Good. Quick save. Yes, the layer is actually named e.Bas. That's right. Just for you guys. All right, happiness. So I'm good with this. I may do some overall global lighting a little bit more, but that's kind of when I tie the whole room together. There will be things that I'm going to need to do to kind of make everything look like it's in the same environment. But for right now, I'm just going to focus on getting all of it shaded at least, so it's not just a flat color. Like this right here is a flat color. Me no likey. All right, I feel that right in here, the inside part of this skull needs to be brightened up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is select that color, go a little lighter, and just lighten it up. Yeah, it's good. It's just too... something kind of like that. Click save. Big boy. Had a trash bin for a few months. I've been wanting to paint it, but I still don't know what to paint on it. Any ideas? Well, it really depends what you like. Art is like such a personal thing. You should definitely paint something that you would like to see. What the fan art? It's like you're on a mission to get me banned from Twitch or something. You kindly remove the layer. Thank you, what the fan art, truly. Okay. I like the seahorse on her bandana. Where did you put the shark tooth? Okay, the seahorse is part of the design, so that is e.Bas's his design. And then the shark tooth is right here. I just need to get it the right color. But yeah, it's right there. All right. Let's start working on... I'm going to start working on all the leather. So I've got all the leather selected. Some of these things I might change their color later, but it's easy to change the color once I already have, you know, the shades in and stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is I'm going to select it and I'm going to get the shadow color. Just putting in shadows where I feel it would be appropriate. Now I'm going to select that same mid-tone brown and I'm going to get a highlight color. And because all of these things are really, really tiny, I can hopefully get through them relatively quickly because I just need to put a little bit of highlight. I'm going to warm that up a little bit more. Yeah, that's kind of more what I'm going for. And I'm going to take the opacity and flow up higher. Hardness up a little bit higher, and then size is good. Yeah, so this extra shine is going to make it look more like leather, I think, which is what we want. I know it may be a while, but I definitely would want this piece from e.Bas when he has it on his site. Aw, yay! Thank you, Summer. I'm glad you like it. Okay, I need to go even smaller with the brush. I finally got my PS5. Have a good night, Hal. Thank you so much for stopping in. Enjoy your new games. So I'm intentionally making my lines pretty broken up on the leather because I think that will make it, I don't know, give it a little bit more of an organic feel. Okay, I'm going to go a little darker in a minute. Whose head is that on the nips? This is e.Bas. He is the creator of this character and of the series. So Dan, my husband, had a great idea. Instead of doing a Z for Zenescope, Z nips or whatever, to take a picture of e.Bas and put it here. So I found like a picture from his from like convention appearances and stuff and just pasted it there. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit of highlight here. Now I'm going to refine all of these highlights, but at least it's a start. And I have to start somewhere or I'll literally just procrastinate all of this stuff. Queen of procrastination here. Hello, Alec. Welcome to the stream today. It's great to have you here. Some of those highlights were a little bit too bright, and then I want to get a few more shadows in a couple places. And as you see, there's going to be some fix-up I need to do. There's a few funky spots, and I don't like the funky spots, but I need a little bit more shadow in a few of these places. Lancian, yes, I did. I drew the whole picture, and right now I am working on the digital colors for it. So I drew this piece on paper, and then I scanned it, and now I'm doing the coloring. And then we're going to get some rim lights on a few spots as well. Okay, so I'm going to grab this blue, and I'm going to put some rim lights of blue onto the leather. I feel like it would pick up some of the ambient tones. And I'm going to do the same over here. It would pick up just a little bit of that. It would pick up some of the chain color just in a couple places. And then here it would pick up some of the blue right there, and then I think it would pick up a little bit of the red. So I'm just grabbing a few colors from around and mixing them in. And even though it's like so tiny you can hardly see any of that, it still, I think, ties the room together. Thank you, Lancian. Much appreciated. The censor is hilarious. Yes, so that is the artist that created this character. It's his character, his series, and I'm just drawing a cover for him. So yes, his name is e.Bas, so these are called the e-nips to cover the boobies. Teresa, hello. You love the e.Bas pasties? Yay! Andrew Mecca, hello. Welcome to the stream. It makes it easy, you know, to explain, you know, who created the character, who I'm working for. Smiling face right there. Thank you, What the Fan Art. I really appreciate that, because the skin tones are tricky. He'd approve. Yes, he did give approval. I checked with his wife. I talk with her all the time. JP Roth, who I work with every day, all day on Divinica. She's his wife. So yeah, it was a quick, easy question. e.Bas is a saint. Yes. All right. So I already have the drop shadows in here. See, there's a couple spots that I've missed though with the color change. So I'm going to need to fix those. I agree with you, Lancian. I'm sorry, Juan. Hello. I did not mean to be ignoring you. Big bummer. Okay, I need blue again for rim light on the leather. Like that. And then let's get some highlight color. No, too hard a brush. Nope. Nope. Don't like. Don't like. Okay, send that to Eric with the covers. Okay, I will. Are we gonna bar hop during Sornfest? We all know how much you drink. Sure, I'll bar hop to the first bar for one drink. All right, so I'm going to do the overall color on the chains now. So that's project number 2. So it's with a soft brush, and I'm just kind of coloring all over it. And then I'll go in and start putting the details in just a moment. You'll buy my only drink? Aw, you're so sweet, Juan. Thank you. All right. So I've got the overall shade in, and now I'm going to start putting in the shadows. So I'm going to make my brush way harder. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you guys when I right click and do my brush dialog window. And, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. So that's why I'm telling you, so that you know what I'm working on right there. So I've made a harder brush for sharp shadows, which would be cast by the respective chain links. Dawn's a major lightweight. I really, really am. There you go. I'm going to take the hardness down a little bit. I haven't changed the color yet, but I just wanted to put a little bit more of a soft shadow on that one chain link right there. I felt like it needed just a touch more. So that's with the mid-tone and the shadows put in. Now I'm going to go in and put the highlights. But I want to be careful. Even though that she has a lot of jewelry around her neck, there's a lot going on this cover, and I don't want to make too much shine or texture or really anything that's going to draw your eye away from her face, because really it should all be drawing your eye toward her face, or boobs if you decide to look that way. But I'm gonna try to be cautious with how many highlights I put in here. And you guys know I love the glow, but I need to kind of rein that shit in. Here we go. I'll lighten that up. Take the hardness up to about 64%. I'm taking the size down a little bit. Actually, I'm going to take the size down a little bit more. All right, we're just going to do sharp shadows. I mean, sharp highlights. Then I will zoom back in. I mean, I'll zoom out and see how this is looking. If it's too much, I'll take it down a little bit. I think that's all right. All right, I'm going to take the hardness down, size up, and just take the opacity down too. I just want to lighten the center chain links a little bit. They don't need to be quite so dark. So I'm just giving them a global lighten really softly because they would be cast in shadow as they start to go around into the back of her neck. But right here is where the light is hitting, so I'm lightening them up right there. The center is not the face. It's totally about the face, draws us in, yes. All right, now I realized that I don't have the clasp of the lock and the actual lock body, whatever that's called, as two separate elements for me to select. So I'm going to turn off my color layers, go into the flats, and change this. So I need to get my pencil tool, go into the flats, unlock the layer, and do some changes. Really doesn't matter what color you make it, as long as it's a different color from the lock or from what's near it. So I'm just getting that so that I can select it separately. That's really what I'm trying to do here. Turn this back on, and I need to fix all this junk, but I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. So the clasp part of the lock is the same-ish color as the chain, and then this part is a little bit more of a green-hued chrome color. Well, it's like metal, but it's got a little bit more of a darker tone, and it's slightly green, I feel. All right. Okay, and then I'm just going to start selecting colors from here that I've already done. So I just took I color picked the darker tone, and I'm going to start with that. does this one look more pink? Oh, lol, you guys. Juan. That just sounds so wrong. I can't even with you. All right, now I'm going to select the lock part, whatever that's called, I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody in here who can school me on that. And I'm gonna get the color, I think, a little bit darker, and I'm gonna go a little bit more into the green. So I'm just doing hue saturation here. Go a little bit more green, a little bit darker. Take up the saturation just a smidge. And the lightness down. Okay. Archimus Prime, thank you so much. Does she always have a lock and chain? Yes. True story. Okay. So now I've got that color, and I'm going to get it a little bit lighter. Do I want to go light like that? No, I don't. I'm going to go darker than this. In goes the shadow. Then I'm going to take the hardness down and do a lighter tone. And because the light is coming from the left-hand side, I'm just going to do a quick overall light like that, and then I'm going to go in and do highlights where it would be catching on certain things. So I'm going to take the hardness up. Oh, thank you, John Overbay, and thank you for reading the email. Yay. Oh my God, Juan, you better not. I swear to God, I'll be so mad at you if you do that. See you later, Dr. Dark. Do not do that, Juan. It's going to be so embarrassing. My face is going to turn so many shades of red. Not okay. Oops, wrong side. Oh my God, so last night while I was working on this cover, my stylus, this, stopped working. I'm gonna need to get it fixed. So it stopped working last night because the little nib thing, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this little thing up at the top was pushing all the way in. Think of when you're using a lead pencil and the lead is too short for the device inside to hold it, so it pushes inside the barrel. So that kept happening, and I didn't realize what was going on, and I'm just like, why is my pen not working? What is going on, you know? And I went and searched online to try to see if there was some way you could fix it, and I didn't know what I was going to do because I couldn't color with it. It would just go inside, right? I put in a new nib because I thought maybe, you know, it worn down or something like that. Nothing was fixing it. And so I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have to overnight myself a pen because this is not good. But then I got just a random idea to go dig out my old Wacom tablet. So like the, you know, just the desktop Intuos that you have at the side, and get that pen and see if it works. And it does. So it works on the Cintiq, and I'm so relieved and so happy because I was going to be up shit creek in a hardcore way if I didn't have a pen to finish coloring this piece. Yeah, I wore it out. The pieces of a padlock are called the body and the shackle. Devin, I knew I could count on you to tell me what's what. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm trying this out. This may be a little bit too textury for this. No, actually, I don't hate it. Older versions of devices are usually more sturdy. Well, what's amazing to me is the MC graphics. I just, for some reason, I don't know why, but I didn't really think that the Intuos pen would work with the Cintiq. I don't know why I didn't think it would. Theoretically, it should, so I guess I'm a bit of an idiot, but I just didn't think it would work. And the thing that makes me so happy is the nib on this one is just worlds better than the Cintiq nib. This one's got like a little tiny rubber tip, so I'm not constantly clacking on my screen. And every time I go to work now, it just brings me bliss and joy. I'm so happy. Oh, Juan, you and your shenanigans will be missed. Have fun drawing, though. Allie, I'm so sorry about all the frustration. I think that this is a little bit too strong. So I'm going to take the hardness down here and fixie fix. And then maybe I selected her skin tone right there, and I'm just gonna put just a tiny smidge of her skin tone. I think it makes metallic things look more metallic if they're picking up shine from ambient items. Yes. I believe I'm happy. I think so. Nope. Take the opacity down a little bit. Nope. Still too strong. What happened? Did it not work? Yeah, there we go. Happiness. All right. And then I'm going to do the same on not the body, but the other part. Will I be attending Heroes Con? I don't know, honestly. I don't think so. It's not in my plans currently. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of skin tone on the padlocky part. I don't know what it's called. I forgot, Devin. I should be fired. My brain must be fired. Okay. Gonna pick up a little bit of skin tone here too. I just think it ties the room together even if nobody notices it. Your brain is a smart thing, even if you don't think so. And it'll catch stuff like this, and it'll just be like sticker here, sticker there. Nothing works together. But when you do these little tiny things, I think it makes it all work. Thank you, Wolf's Venom. Shackle, thank you. Happiness. Quick save, quick water break. Yes, backups are just so important, especially with stuff like this. Like, I'm probably going to buy myself a backup just to be safe. It's just, I don't really feel like backups for Wacom's are even that needed. I mean, I've never had this in the 20-some years that I have owned various Wacom products. This is the first time that something has ever actually kind of busted on me, like where it's something is broken on the inside. That has literally never happened. I have gotten newer models literally just because I wanted it, not because the current one broke, which makes me sound supremely wasteful, but as you guys know, I do have an art supply purchasing problem. So many details. What was I thinking? So I was thinking to do gold there. I think I may proceed and still do gold there. So yes, maybe we're going to take a break from all the leather and the silver and chrome. But yeah, I will work on gold for a little while. I also tend to agree, Uncle Griffin, especially because everything gets put to use eventually, even my glitters. Did I research a new scanner? Yes, I have. The research will continue for a little while still, but yes, I've researched, I'm honing in. Okay, so I want those in gold, I want that one in gold, and this is in gold. Oh shit, that just basically selected everything. That's fine. Okay, now I'm going to do gold shadow colors. And we're going to steal this one right over here. Take the hardness up. Hello, Ryan. Vlad, hello. Welcome to the stream. No, too dark. Very true what the fan art. Very true. I'm doing great. Thank you, Ryan. I hope you are as well. It'll be a fun process. Yeah, but you see, I'm not really sorry. And if I guess I don't want anyone to be hurt by my art purchasing addiction, but I don't see how it could hurt anyone. I guess maybe it could hurt Dan and his pocketbook. Absolutely true, Iron. Iron Twitch. Yes, 100%. Okay, a little bit more thievery going on. Steal that color. The most hurt are the people waiting years for a commission. Oh no. Thank you, Vlad. I just used the pencil scan. I didn't even clean it up, what the fan art. But I probably will do some color holds in choice places. I just haven't gotten to the color hold stage yet. David Robinson, hello, thank you. And you know what the fan art, how you usually do the levels to kind of drop out a lot of the midtones and just make the blacks blacker and the whites whiter in your inking. I didn't even do that this time because I wanted to keep the shades. So this is definitely different for me. I don't know that I've done this before. Usually what I'll do if it's a pencils only cover, which for years I only penciled them. I didn't go into the inking process. And yeah, I'll usually do the levels and then sometimes I'll like duplicate the layer and put the line art once more on top of itself just to kind of uh, make the lines more solid. And this time I didn't do that. And in a lot of ways, I won't do it again because, well, I won't say never, but in general, I probably won't do this very often because it takes longer to like clean up your lines. Whereas I can just ink my sketch and erase it all and I'm done, you know? So it's much faster to ink it. But I don't feel like I even need to do much in the way of color holds. I'll probably do some color holds right here on my shading, and of course I'll color hold the line art for her nips. But other than that, I don't think it needs to be color held, which is really interesting. Kira Laney, hi, welcome to the stream. Yes, I know that OC stands for original character. Thank you, Ryan. I do not usually draw line art in Photoshop. Thank you for the follow, Kira. Tonight is mac and cheese. So actually, I think I'm going to leave it like this. It's almost more here, it's almost more of a brass looking piece of hardware, and I'm kind of liking that. I don't necessarily want a super shiny gold right there, but the coins, of course, I want them to be shiny, so that I'm going to work on now. First, though, I'm going to grab the blue color and put a little bit of that on one side, because I feel like the gold here, I'm trying to make the lines in here pretty cool, so I'm pulling some of that blue. I'm going to go a little lighter here. No, that's too bright. What are you going to do for a top? That is going to be a top and bottom set that e.Bas has drawn Morgana in before. So I'm not sure which issue it was on, but yeah, I'm going to be doing a outfit, which is awesome. I don't have to make it up, so that's going to be fantastic. So I'll tomorrow I'll be drawing the top and getting that all prepared so that on Sunday you guys will see that version. So I'm still working on the main one, and then I'll start moving on to the others. And yeah, you'll see that one on Sunday. Unless a miracle happens and I finish and I finish this before the live stream, but that is supremely unlikely. Terrence, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream, and you never, ever, ever need to apologize for being late. I'm putting a little bit of a blue rim light on these. Not a ton, but I just want to drop the back parts a little further into the background, or just, it helps with depth, I think, to just put a little bit of blue or whatever color you have for your side light. So I'm using a blue, so I'm gonna just put a little bit of blue there, and then I can really focus on the shine on this side. There you go. All right. I'm going to grab that too. I will be doing color holds later. Or are you asking what a color hold is, Phoenix? Iron Twitch. Yes, I record my live streams now and I put them on YouTube. So if you ever miss it, you can catch it there, or Twitch keeps it on Twitch for I think 2 weeks. But thank you so much for being interested in watching the replay. That's so nice of you. I'm gonna grab the blue again for an underlight. Oopsie, it's really dark. What did I pick up? A color hold is where you take your lines that are black, and if you want to soften them. So I'm going to show you right here. So here on her face, these lines, now this is a pencil sketch that I'm digitally coloring, but a lot of times I'll ink it and then it's a solid black line. That can seem a little harsh on a face, especially a female face, and this is taste. Personal taste has a massive play in whether you color hold or you don't. But it's where you take your line art and you can lighten the color. So you can make it kind of the same as the skin tone, or you can make it just a little bit darker, but it isn't, skin tone and then a harsh black line with inking. So if you want something to have a glow, or maybe the character has pink lips and you don't want black lines surrounding pink lips, you can lighten it up. So that's what a color hold is. Zane, hello, good morning. Okay. Take the hardness down a little bit. How does that look? Don't know that I like that. I think I might just leave them the way that they are. It's got enough contrast and I don't really want them kind of kapowing. E.Bas, Zane. All right, quick save. It has been a while since I've been doing digital art. I don't do digital colors very often. So it's been a minute. I agree with you there. Felt like that highlight was a little bit too strong and it's kind of, I don't know. I need to make sure that the depth on that earring is correct. Like it wouldn't be shiny in a lot of places. It would only be shiny where it's actually catching the light. So I want to be careful about that and just Only do shine where needed. Do something like that. I might even get rid of that shine altogether at the base of her earring. Let's see if that looks better. Maybe. Do you find it hard to stop making touches when doing digital? It seems you could just get carried away. You can absolutely get carried away. For me, the thing that's very helpful in saving me from myself is just the fact that I've got a deadline. Now, in this case, it's open-ended, but like e.Bas said, finish the cover when you finish the cover, you know? Because he's trying not to put that kind of deadline and pressure. But JP Roth and I need to get going on Divinica again. So, you know, I am trying to motivate my ass a little bit. And that also helps. Because you do hit a point where you can kill it. Like, the piece looks great, and then you start ruining things. And it gets worse and worse. You know, you could be right here and, you know, feel like, oh, if I could just fix these 2 or 3 other little things, and all of a sudden the cover just dies. It's lost whatever emotion it had left, and it just becomes sterile. And I am the queen of doing that. So I definitely try to get opinions from other people that I know are honest with me, to be like, when I should stop, you know, step away from the table kind of situation. Thank you, Terrence. That means a ton. All right, I noticed that I don't have any drop shadows here, and it's looking flat. So I'm going to get my flats, go to my drop shadow layer. And I do all my drop shadows in a separate layer. And drop shadows, I'll show you guys what that is. See? It's all the things that are kind of giving the elements on her body their own shadow, and hence giving it proper depth. So drop shadows are really important, at least to me. And I will do those for the skin. I'll do them on their own layer, because then if I want to fix something up and paint her skin somewhere, and I want to give it a little bit more whatever I decide to do, then I'm always having to paint and redo the drop shadows. So that's why I keep them on their own layer. Thank you, Italian. Aries problem. Yes, you understand, Allie. Okay. What was I working on? God damn it. Oh yes, drop shadow on her face up there. Okay. So right here needs a drop shadow, big time. Not a good color. Better. I'm just going to put that completely in drop shadow. Nope, too dark. No, this is Morgana. She is a character by Basaldua. That's too dark. But she is a pirate, so, you know, that's why maybe you've got some Jack Sparrow vibes. Okay, so now I just need to put very thin drop shadow, because the bandana she has on, of course, is not very thick material. If I make a big thick drop shadow, it's going to make your mind automatically think that it's like as thick as a blanket, for instance. I don't want that, right? So you want to kind of keep that in mind while you're working on drop shadows if you ever end up using this method. The thickness of the drop shadow should really match the the thickness of whatever item it is that you happen to be creating a shadow for. So it's just going to be a really thin one, like that, and then it would curve in a little bit more right there. So it's really almost barely visible, but that shit really matters to me. Yes, her eyes are different colors. One of them, this one right here, is like black and gold sort of vortex situation, and then the other eye is green. Welcome back, Ryan. Okay, I need to make the shark tooth a different color so that I can colorize it. Okay, so I'm just taking the pencil tool. We're going to just use the color that I currently have. Yikes! Wrong layer. Oh no, did I do all that on drop shadows? I did. Okay, so now I am doing the shark tooth. Just gonna fill that. Good. Italian, because I do multiple versions. So there will be a nude version, a topless version where I put some shorts or pants on her or panties or something, and then a fully clothed version. So I always start by coloring the nude version if I can, because it's much easier to patch in clothes on top than it is to try to fill in all the blanks that happen when you remove the clothes. Thank you, Lobster Knight. Okay, Michael's asking, speaking of layers, do you combine all your layers at stages when they become many and you've reached a point you're happy with? My process is usually combining layers after they become too numerous and cumbersome to keep track of, and then I start layering again on top of the single combined layers. In case I usually do this, do keep the background layer separated until the end in case I need to make changes there. Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying seeing the process. Michael, I keep some things as separate if I need the layer property to be different, you know, for a glow layer or whatever. And I don't flatten the entire thing a lot of times because some publishers want the layered file so that they can turn off and on certain elements. And then, yeah, for the most part, I try to keep the majority of the color there. But when I'm coloring for covers, I'm working on one, right? But I need to be able to change it into 2 or 3 other alternate versions. And so I will keep things like ambient lights, rim lights, all of those things on their own layer so that I can change it down the line, if that makes sense. So that's why I keep a lot of these things separate. Like I keep her makeup on its own layer, even though I could flatten it onto the main layer. I don't, so that I can easily change her lip color for version 3, you know? But as I'm happy with something that is part of the main image, I'll merge the layers into the color. So it's like a yes and no situation. Sometimes I have a lot of layers just because I haven't decided for sure if I want to keep it or not. So I really like layers for that reason. I have no layer related rules though. I know there's a lot of people that are like, only work in one layer. Use tons of layers. There's all these different opinions on it. I have no real opinion. I just kind of try to keep it to a manageable amount, but sometimes that isn't even possible. So I'm kind of answering you by not answering in a lot of ways because I don't have a good I don't have a good answer. I have no hard and fast rule on this. Do e.Bas nips get you free prints? What was I doing? Oh yes, the shark. Okay, Michael on Facebook. Someone on Twitch is saying, but I also group my layers in folders so it's easy to locate what I need and scroll the layers list by expanding, collapsing. Yeah, so you can do that too. With that answer, I could run for president. I know, I'm terrible. I really am just so bad at like answering some of these things because I don't feel necessarily that my way is the right way. I really don't. And my way could be like the absolute worst wrong way for someone. And, you know, I guess at the end of the day, I'm afraid of being wrong. So that happens. Yes, Sally Ann, I do save my live sessions. You can watch them on Facebook all the time. But I do post them to YouTube afterwards. So I'm trying to get more in the habit of recording my live stream while I'm doing the live stream. So yes, you can, my name, just how it's spelled below me here, is my YouTube handle, and you can find them there usually by the following day. With that answer, you could run for president. John, you're funny. You did a funny. Alvaro, hello. I'm too saturated here. We're too saturated. There we go. Oh, of course, Juan. It's such a good eraser, isn't it? And I was introduced to the Tombow Mono by Mike Crome. And I totally mooched off of his idea. He posted it years ago. He was, you know, how there's a work in progress and he had some of his tools around, and I immediately messaged him and I was like, dude, what the hell is that eraser you have? Where do I get it, you know? And then I think from there, e.Bas saw that we had that eraser and he bought himself one, so we're just a big long mooch train. Once Morgana and Zatanna are completed, what is next up on the list? Once Morgana is completed, Divinica begins, and I will finish Zatanna and do commissions if I can throughout the Divinica process, but pretty much if I can at all, manage it. I'm not going to do any other work until Divinica 6 is done. But I do have cover publishers that I'm taking covers for, but I told them I can only start taking covers until after April. So I better be done with Divinica 6 by the end of April. Please, God, help me to have speed. TV, hello. Hanisol, I know. Juan would come back with something that would get him sent to the corner, but Juan is busy drawing right now. All right. Yikes. Booby zoom. I'm going to start working on all the shells. That's going to be the next project for the day. It is shell time. Okay, so I'm going to start with making the overall shadow tone on them. I'm taking the hardness of my brush way up because I'm going to start doing some sharp shadows. And shells are pretty shiny, or at least these shells are. They've got a bit of a gloss to them, so I'm going to be doing a pretty sharp highlight on them for sure. The censor image is of the creator of this particular character. And yes, it is way funny. Cracks me up. Okay, shadows are in. Now we're going to do highlights. Start over here. Take the hardness way up, because here we're going to do sharp, bright highlights so that they, you know, actually look like a shiny shell, hopefully. A little smaller. Yes, I'm using Photoshop right now. Photoshop is pretty much the only one I use. I do have Procreate, but I don't use it all that often for my digital coloring. I use it more for like if I'm working on a background and I want a few different vanishing points. Procreate has an amazing grid perspective setup, and so I'll use it a lot for like setting up vanishing points and grid lines and everything like that. But for digital coloring, I am pretty much exclusively Photoshop, and no hate towards any of the other programs. It's honestly just because I've been using Photoshop for years. I know it. It does what I need it to do, and so I don't really feel inclined to learn a new program. Taquitos and cut fresh fruit. That sounds delicious. Have a good one, Hanu Soul. I don't know if I want this shell to be quite so shiny. I don't like it. So I'm going to take all those shines away. Okay, so these ones are going to need to be picking up some blue and everything. Yeah, I've looked into it with the fan art. I prefer Procreates to Photoshops. It's the only thing that I like more about Procreate. Okay, so these ones are going to be even more in shadow, and I'm going to put some of this blue light because I feel like they would also be picking up. They just would be getting cooler because of where they are. Now let's grab that highlight color. Take up the hardness. Yeah, okay. Good enough. Optimus Prime, hello! Welcome to the stream today. Your daughter wants a new laptop, wanted to make sure I could get that. That you could get what? Photoshop? Oh, James Svoboda, I'm so sorry for missing you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, Ryan. So I already have a shadow color for her, the red bandana. So That's just going to be right like that. H the Bald. My knowledge of Photoshop is mostly painting texture maps. That's so cool. I know nothing about that. Okay, I don't want highlights on this, but I do need to just lighten it up a tiny bit then. Like that, maybe. I'm going to put another shadow. It would be under the shadow of her hair and the beads, so I do need to get it a little bit more in shadow. Let's darken it up even a little bit more. There we go. All right, now I have to fix something in the flats because this color should go all the way down. So I want pencil tool. Gonna be lurking now. So much love to you, Summer. Okay, so I want this string right here to be the same color as the leather. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and fill it. Oh no, wrong layer. I need to lock my flats again. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like. So the leather strap is kind of flipping around and connecting the shell to the end of that. So now that I have that, I'll start painting in this whole area. Thank you, Husky Boyo. So many details, my God. The only person I have to blame for all of that is me. So I can't complain too much because it's my own damn fault. But yay! Fix for Life, hello! Welcome to the stream today. Okay, so this is definitely the detail coloring live stream. How to not lose your mind while digitally coloring more detail than you've ever had to deal with in your life. Thanks, Fix for Life. All right, so I need to do some touch-ups here. Do you see this disaster? This is because I went in and tried to make some adjustments in the flats and I screwed it up like a fail. I see where I have gone wrong. You like the pasties? Yeah, they're fun, aren't they? I'm doing great. Thank you so much, Fixed for Life. I hope you're doing well. So I'm cleaning some of this shit up because I don't like the mess. It's yuckies. Oh yeah, Fixed for Life. Yeah, this is kind of a lot, but it's fun. I'm having a good time. So I'm just trying to clean up some of this stuff. It's just not quite clean enough for my liking. Just making a little bit of adjustments here and there. And flats are done with the pencil tool, which is not anti-aliased, I suppose. And so what happens is they're really hard lines, which usually looks fine when you're dealing with um, completely inked covers. You know, all this kind of chunky, crunchy looking line work you don't see because it's under all the black ink lines. But here, because I didn't ink it and it's just pencil, and in some places I didn't even finish my lines, it's really obvious and doesn't look very good. So I'm going in and actually fixing some of this shit up. Smoothing it out. Oh, wait a minute. Quarantine, not nearly as much fun as you think. What happened? I'm sorry, I missed this. I missed this. Quarantine, not nearly as much fun as you think. I'm so sorry, Rob. Are you. I guess you're sick if you're in. Because we're triple vaxxed. Okay. Oh, Rob, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that you're not suffering too much, but I hope you feel better soon. So much love to you and Mary. Weep, I'm so sorry. Hello, boppers. I truly don't know what Juan is on about. I think he should be in trouble with you a little bit. And so much love to you, hun. Can you get in on this? You have such a fantastic sense of humor. I'm over here freaking out. Oh my god, Katie's gonna kill me. I've done nothing. Way to be comforting, Juan. Well, you're like, poor Mary, she's stuck with you. I was just sneaking in. Mary tested positive. We're just stuck with each other all the time now. Aw. Okay, there we go. I think all of this is fixed. I need to put a drop shadow from the... Oh no. I did put a drop shadow. I just turned off the drop shadow. I'm like, how could I have not put a drop shadow from the padlock? I had. The layer was off. All is well. Couple little hair strandies. It was Jeff's fault? I know. I needed to re-drop the drop shadow. Fail. Damn it. Okay. The necklace part is almost done. I just need to get rid of all the psychedelic colored beads. Okay, quick save. So, once the beads are done, then her jewelry up around her neck is finished. Thank you, Philip. Just getting my hair clipped. Oh, you guys have such an amazing sense of humor. You're all the best. All right, since we are kind of around the boobie area and the drop shadows, I'm going to fix the drop shadows that the beads are casting on her boobs because I don't care for them. So for starters, I'm just going to do a quick little erase. Just gonna erase a little bit more on that side. I don't know, I just feel like it needs the shadow over here. Even if it's wrong, I feel like it looks better. Isn't she right here, Juan? Yeah. See, Katie is right there. And then Rob just plays along. It'll be our secret. Oh my god. Thank you, Husky Boyo. Yes, I am kicking myself. 110 billion%. Most upset with Dawn at the moment. But you know what? My colorist self really hates my penciler self. So there's already some issues that, you know, I need to deal with internally. And my penciler self is also a little bit on the fence about the colorist side. Yeah, I am not becoming involved in this. Nude mail never once. Um, but drawing just clothed dudes a few times. Never once a nude male. I just it has not it hasn't come up. Phrasing. Mr. E, hello. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. I knew you would clue into that one, Rob. Ooh, Rob, you just got sent to the corner by Katie. Nicely done, Katie. Though I suppose, you know, Rob deserves a corner pass. No, I don't. You know what? Actually, Siamak, I don't want to be caught in a lie. think I was going to draw a nude Dan, and then also I just never, maybe I did. That would be years and years and years ago. Rob is trying to figure out how I messed with boppers. Yeah, I think Rob deserves a corner pass. Not from Katie, but from me. So Rob has a free corner pass for a while. I get generous at the beginning and I give Juan 6 months of free get out of jail free cards, and then I revoke them. So we'll just say for a while. As the mood suits me, I give you free corner pass. Why Rob? Mary's the one suffering. I'm just softening up some of my drop shadows. Hey, I meant that in that I have, for all the many topless and risque female covers that I have been asked to draw, never once have I been asked to draw a male cover like that. Not once. Boppers is saying, okay. Oh, this is between Rob and Boppers. As in Rose on the Titanic type pose. No, I have actually never drawn a nude male character. Or nude male ever. Because I'm not classically trained artist, so I've never done like one of those, you know, I feel like I have Sherlock fuzz on my face. I have never done a live drawing session in my life. Not once. Because I'm not classically trained. And I'm also far too immature to go to a one of those things. I'd just be giggling the whole time. I am a deeply immature individual and I should really think about my life choices, but it is what it is. Let me tell you about live nude drawing sessions when dudes show up. See, I wouldn't know. I've never been to one. And I've actually heard that really stunts me in my artistic growth, but I also know that my behavior is kind of bad and I would try. I don't know. I'd feel so uncomfortable. Oh my god. See, I really don't want to know that. Oh man, I don't know. It would be very uncomfortable. And I know that that's a me problem, you know? So that's why I don't. No, I wouldn't. I would just be super embarrassed. I feel like I need to warn people about my vast immaturity before many things. Okay, that came out wrong. I've warned JP Roth when she reads me novels that I am deeply immature. Drop shadows. Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more of a drop shadow right there. Maybe that's too much. Undo. Okay. Yeah, Magus, I really went for it. I know. I For starters, thank you for following me on Instagram. Secondly, apologies. Yes, I went for my life. I went big. Put me in the corner? What did I do, Siamak? I have done nothing. It's actually not like that. Yeah, see, I'm sure that like everyone else in the studio is being mature, and the person who's posing is also like they do that all the time, so they're not uncomfortable, you know? And I'm sure that there is a different tone. I'm 50% joking about all of these things. Yes, I'm definitely a giggler. Okay. Rob, thank you so much, but please go rest if you're not feeling well. Or go take care of Mary. No, really, just Mary that has COVID. We're all just coordinating social distancing. Aw. Well, I hope Mary feels better soon. Poor thing. Okay, I'm going to try out a few different colors for the beads. I don't really know which way I want to go. Okay, we're gonna give this a break now. I'm feeling a little bit over it and overwhelmed, and I have to do this. You guys know I get a little like bored of one area and I need to move and do something else. So we've been focusing here for a really long time. So I'm going to maybe move down here, work on either the jewels or finish this rock. How are we feeling? Are we feeling jewelish or rockish? Yes, AADD 3, 2, 1. All right, and then there's also the gold. Now, I'm not going to work on the gold right now because I want to have the rest of the cover figured out before I start working on the gold. But this is going to be kind of the final step, is all this liquid gold dripping down. But I kind of want the rest of the cover figured out before I work on the liquid gold. But my plan is to make the gold here kind of like a Lady Death cover that I worked on with you guys ages ago. So it's she has a gold dress, and so I'm gonna kind of do those color tones in the gold, and it's gonna be different from, because I'm gonna do a water splash one and then the liquid gold one, so the consistency of the drips will be slightly different. So I'm gonna need to map that out too. Torzilla, hello, hello. Rodrigo, thank you. Yeah. Jeff wants the rock. So you get it, Keeman. Yeah, it can get really boring. So at least I have the rock colors that I want, right? Because I've already got them here. Please don't judge my golden water right now. That is a rough sketch. Digital dripping is so much quieter than traditional. Okay. Rock. Let's choose some kind of relatively mid-tone-ish looking portion. Yeah. All right, that's about the right color. So, now... Oh my god, Mr. E! You know what? That's actually a really good idea, Philip. She is the goddess of rum, so why would I be doing liquid sticky gold? I should be doing rum. I'm such a moron. Oh my god, JP Roth and Eric are gonna laugh so hard at me that I didn't even think of that. Philip, you're a genius. All right. Now, I did a texture brush on the sort of base of the rock and then went over it with my normal brush configuration. So now I need to locate said texture brush because I don't know which one it was. I did not write it down. That would have been very smart of me, but when do I do that? Never. It might be this one. Nope, it's not this one. Sorry guys, I'm looking for a brush. I know, like literally I am such an idiot. So I will be checking with Joe and Eric how they feel about the rum situation. Okay, I'm still looking for my brush. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I should have just colored the other rock at the same time. Like, why I do some of the things that I do in a very inefficient, kind of dumb way is a question for the ages. I just realized, though, I mean, I'm going to ask e.Bas and JP Roth what they think. A bunch of running liquid rum like that could also have a little bit of could look like pee. And I don't necessarily want to do that. Now, maybe I'm just being silly and no one would think of that. So it's going to be Dawn dawns in mysterious ways. Thank you, Justin. There are more efficient ways to do it, but there are squirrels in the yard, right? There are squirrels in the yard. Oh man, please, please help me find my brush. If I can't find it, I'm just going to give up. No. It's that one there. It isn't though. Unfortunately. Massive unfortunate situations. No. I think that as you work through a piece, more ideas come to you. Aw, thank you, Torzilla. Guys, I'm so sorry about this brush situation. If I can't find it soon, I will just carry on with something else. No. Yes, I may carry on with just some random something or other. Yeah, that's good enough. It's like a weird looking ship situation. Of course, once I am almost giving up, I think I may have... No, I didn't find it. Never mind. I just need some texture. And then I can kind of just make the rest up as I go along. 15 minutes. Thank you. Oh, is Katie heading out? Love you too, Katie. I can't wait to see you next month. It's going to be so fun. All right, so it's looking more green to me, which I don't really want. And there it is, my brush that I was looking for. In here for your art stream. Oh, I'm here for your art stream. Thank you. That is so nice of you. Welcome to the stream. Yes, this is the one I was looking for. Summer, welcome back. Is Sherlock still eating his birthday cake? No, he finished that very quickly. He loved his... We gave him his favorite canned cat food, his gravy lovers, and yeah, that was gone way fast. Okay, now I'm going to put in some darker. And this is just to get it started. And then I'm going to go in and add in all the kind of flatter areas. Then I took the lasso tool and I kind of tried to make some actual shards so that it looks a little bit more almost like flaky rock surface. Yes, Sherlock had a birthday last week. His birthday's on the 22nd. Aw, you got a new cat? Yay! So I've got a base texture, and now I'm just going to paint on top of it. And you know, if I need to put in some more texture again, I can, but for now it's just enough to get the piece started. And I don't know, it helps it look a little bit more like rock. And then I'll put some, you know, down here at the bottom, once I'm done with all the gold, I'll put some reflection onto the rock from the little gold river and kind of bring some of the rocks into it so that it looks a little bit translucent. That's my hope anyway, so that I can bring in those textures all throughout, and the lighting and shine, and you know, like I did here where I kind of take her skin tone and put it into the rock, some of the rock color into her skin, just kind of let everything bounce off each other. 10 minutes, okay. Thank you, Philip. Anybody have any weekend plans? Anything fun going on? I guess there's probably some football games happening, no? I'm gonna feel like such an idiot if everybody's gonna be like, yeah, Dawn, it's the Super Bowl. Moron. Is it the Super Bowl this weekend and I just had no idea? Not yet. Semifinals. Okay. Yay. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the stream. Oh, wow, Torzilla. Final playoff game before going to the Super Bowl. Nice. Well, I'll be hoping that for you too, Keeman. One week later than normal. Playoffs, then Pro Bowl, then Super Bowl. Okay. Nice. Well, I don't know anything about any of it. But I will, me and Vienna are going to have a mommy-daughter day on Saturday. So I'm going to take her out to lunch maybe. We'll see. So literally like the last year that Vienna is going to be here. And then she's leaving for university in September. Then the empty bowl, then the toilet bowl. What? You guys, I'm going to believe you. Then the pasta bowl. Good for you, Keeman. To spend the weekend working on your comic, except for that. Mad respect. I need to finish this so that I can have my mommy-daughter day. You're going to meet with your best friend. Aw. That's so awesome, Allie. I'm happy for you. I hope you have fun. I won't forget the bite mark. Oh, you want it? Fair enough. Okay, we're going to do Juan was here for Juan. All right. The rocks are far from being complete, but I'm mostly right now happy with some of the surfaces because the surface area is really what matters to kind of make it look like rock. And I don't want to over detail it. I tend to do that. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out the plates. Oh no, sorry car collector. That sounds really not fun. You need to repair frozen water pipes. If we do Juan was here now, will he then leave? Mino. Okay, I'm going to put it right here. We're going to, I'm just making a layer on the top. I mean, there isn't a ton of butt. I guess you want underbutt bite mark. Here we go. We're going to put the bite mark right here. Ooh, needs to be a little bit darker. Maybe I want to rotate it actually. I'm going to rotate it this way. Maybe even make sure it's warped correctly now that I've changed its positioning. Juan, look at this. Got a little bit of like vampire teeth going on, Juan. Too big. Here you go, Juan. There's your bite mark. All right, you guys are amazing. I had better run. I need to go get started on dinner. I am running a little bit late. So much love to each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out on the live stream. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I will see you tomorrow for the auction of the Metal Luxury Lady Death book. And then on Sunday, I will be live again to keep working on the other versions of this Morgana cover. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you for being so awesome. Much love to all of you. Good night, good night. I'll see you later. Goodbye.